This isn't even a quarter of my collection. Hello and welcome, my black and white drawn leaves. So, manga. I guess you know what those are, I don't need to explain it, right? But did you know, and you probably did, that some manga, or a lot even, get anime adaptations? But there are still manga left that really would deserve one, but didn't get any until now. And some got a mediocre to bad adaptation. This is a list of 10 manga that desperately need a good anime adaptation. Let's go! First off, we have Rief the Groove Adventure, my favorite manga. Yes, it did have an anime adaptation. That was pretty okay even, but it cut off at not even the halfway point of the story. And seeing how old that adaptation is, I think a new one might be in order that has the whole story. Especially as the two other big works by Mashima Hiro, Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, do really well, with the first having an anime completing the story and the second one's anime will very likely have that too. Then we have Doubt and its subsequent manga like Secret or Judge. It is a very interesting murder mystery with a bit of death game involved that would have especially done well if they aired it around the hype of Squid Game. Written by Tonogai Yoshiki, it is a very suspenseful read that, if done by a good animator, would translate into a very interesting anime. On to a newer series called Undead Unluck. Considering that this manga is barely over 1 year old and still going, as well as winning prizes, an anime will probably come for sure. It is about a girl called Fuko who is the unluck part that brings bad luck to all the people she touches, and Andy, the undead part, that cannot die no matter what. He hopes her unluck will help him die a good and awesome death, and together they have to fight against a lot of other uns, like Gina, who is unchanged and has the ability to stop things from changing, hence her nickname. The abilities they have to fight against are really interesting, and I think that anime can be on par with something like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. This is a manga I don't have physically, called Konjiki no Gashpel, or Zedspel in America. It is about a battle of 100 demon children, aiming to become the next king of the demon world, with the help of a partner human that has to read their spells from a book. The anime that we once had has a lot of filler, and granted, those fillers weren't that bad when it comes to fillers, but it is old and the animation quality isn't the best. Starting over and redoing it in a cool way, like Dragon Quest Dino Daiboken did, would be good, especially as they stopped the anime right before the final arc, only teasing that by showing part of the final battle. Just 20 more episodes could have done it, and I think it should be rejuvenated. This is called Weekly Shonen Hitman, but it's not about assassination. Well, it is about a guy who becomes an editor at a shonen manga magazine, and about the stuff he has to deal with when it comes to handling difficult authors, anime adaptations, stuff like that, and also sex. It is pretty interesting and reminds you of Bakuman in some ways, and it has been running for a while now, so an anime adaptation might come soon even, but right now nothing is announced. I would definitely watch it. We also have the beautiful and very interesting Magus of the Library. It is about a boy working his way up to work at the Great Library, encountering magical beings like dragons and... Well, its story is very interesting, but hard to put into a short summary. So just have a look at it yourself. If this gets an anime though, it has to be done by a great studio that can capture the magic well. Visuals are very important to this beautiful work. A bit more adult is Bestiary. It kinda follows a story in the background without really focusing on one primary character. It has an astonishing art style, and if you like Roman mythical stuff, this might be for you. In some aspects, it is like Vinland Saga, so it being done by Studio Wit also would be perfect. This is Final Fantasy Lost Stranger. Shogo and his sister Yuki aim for their dream of making their own Final Fantasy game. And guess what? They actually work at Square Enix. Being so close to their dream, they suddenly find themselves isekai'd into a Final Fantasy-like world, which of course is awesome. Until Yuki gets killed by a dragon. Well, he just asks the white mage of his party to cast Revive. We'll fix this fast. Turns out, nope. Revive is just a myth in this world. Or is it? Join him and his party looking for clues to find this mythical spell through a world full of Mughals and magic. Well, Final Fantasy anime? Probably would sell like hotcakes. Then we have Great Priest Imhotep. It is your typical shonen food, but it is pretty good at it and gives you an enjoyable story. The manga is already finished, so I think it won't get an anime anymore, but stranger things have happened. The smallest hero is called Redman. Also no physical copy available. Shuto really wants to be a hero, but he's a weakling. But one day, he gets the chance to become Redman, the world's smallest hero. That is actually a villain? Yes, a villainous organization gives him superpowers. And the powers of the other heroes are really interesting as well. For example, there's one hero sponsored by a clothing company, so her powers change depending on what she wears. Stuff like that. Think My Hero Academia, but little less typical shonen. I doubt this will get an anime as the manga was finished in 2013, but it would really deserve one. So, what do you think about my selection of manga here? Also, what manga would you like to see getting an anime adaptation? Tell me in the comments below. Also, don't forget to ink in that like and subscribe button as well as the little bell to keep updated whenever I upload a new video. Also, check out the links in the description below leading to my Twitter and Instagram, where I post stuff and keep you updated whenever I upload a video or live stream. And while we're live streaming, check out my Twitch as well, where I stream every Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Until next time, bye-bye!